The other night, I thought my son had caught head lice, but there's so much more to the story. Let me read you the Facebook post that I made shortly after this all happened. Tonight, I thought my son had caught lice. Now he has a bit of eczema, so it's not unusual for him to scratch his head a lot. Let me back up. Tonight's plan was to have dinner, make popcorn, and then watch Time Bandits for movie night. I made pasta noodles, garden rotini. We generally top those with shredded cheese. We buy it when it's cheapest and store it in our chest freezer. So when you want more cheese, you have to throw the package on the floor to kind of break it up. It's a time-honored tradition, and both of my kids like to throw the cheese. My daughter threw the cheese too hard, and then my son picked it up over his head to take his turn to throw it. This becomes important later. There was a tiny hole in the bottom of the cheese bag. My daughter rebagged the remaining cheese. Dinner was had. After dinner, my son asked me to spot him in a handstand. I said, I'm not going to do that, but I will show you how to do a safe wall handstand. So I showed him. Still got it. Thanks, yoga. Then my daughter tried it, and my son tried it twice more. And on the third time, I noticed some debris in his hair. I immediately think the worst. So my husband had been on a snack run to the grocery store. He called him and said, get some lice shampoo. Then I have to explain to my highly anxious 9-year-old what lice is. He takes it better than I expected. I put him in the bath. I start washing his hair. None of us have ever had lice before, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do. And I just start to itch all over. My daughter says that she's itching too. She's like, it feels like phantom lice. And every single part of both of us is just itching. So I look up pictures of what lice looks like, and except from the fact that his are white and orange and the other lice are white, it looks pretty much like it. My husband gets home with the treatment, and suddenly I realize this could be cheese. So I asked my daughter if it is possible that he got Mexi Melt cheese in his hair, and she admits that yes, he lifted the bag over his head after she had thrown it hard at the floor. So it was then that I realized the absolute absurdity of my life, that either my son was the very first person in our family to get head lice, and currently there were tiny insects boring into his scalp, feeding off his blood and laying eggs, or my husband just spent $27.99 on medicated shampoo to cure thawed out Mexi Melt cheese. I just finished rinsing the medicine off of his head, and now I'm 99% certain that it was just cheese. I'm half tempted to collect $15 from each of them to offset the cost of the NYX shampoo. And now it's too late to watch Time Bandits. Maybe the children were the Time Bandits all along.